Hi, my name's James and welcome to R&R, the show where I react to and review some of the latest and greatest music videos. Today I'll be checking out Carnavoyeur by Queens of the Stone Age. But before we get into it, let's see what Queens of the Stone Age have been up to lately. In Times New Roman 2019 to the present, in an interview with Eon Music in June 2019, quite a few years ago now, Billy Gibbons announced that he has contributed to a new Queens of the Stone Age album that is set to be further announced by Homie later in the future. Gibbons also confirmed that Dave Grohl is involved in the recording sessions. Grohl denied the rumours, saying that he and Homie had only spent time together riding motorcycles and eating waffles. In early May 2023, rumours began to surface of the album when a product listing appeared on the band's website titled In Times New Roman, including an album cover and track list. The listing was initially removed. On May 11th, the album's first single, Emotional Sickness, was released along with an official announcement of the album. On May 31st, the album's second single, Carnavoyeur, was released. On June 14th, the third and final single, Paper Mache, was released, immediately followed by the release of the album on June 16th. In early June, Queens of the Stone Age announced an extensive North American tour called The End Is Nero Tour, immediately followed by a full European leg with dates until November. So, I have already listened to the new album In Times New Roman at least 5 or 6 times now, and I've listened to Carnavoyeur many times as well. So for me, I'm really going to be interested and analysing the film clip for this one. So, let's get to it.
Nothing inside. But there's no reason to cry. Just fade away like love. Clutching, hanging by a nail in this life. Desperate always looks that way.
So I will say already, I do love the drum kit sound that they've pulled on this entire album. I know that is definitely a big thing that has come up in the past with Queens of the Stone Age, is the drum sound, as well as, of course, the guitar sounds and other things that have featured previously. However, the drum sound in this album compared to the previous Villains is quite a different sound, and I do really enjoy the sound that we get from the drums in this entire album. We definitely get a good representation of that sound in this song. But onto the film clip. Already, I'm really enjoying this sort of 1930s black and white, but there's also a little bit of that sort of Sin City thing going on where we've got majority of what we see on screen in black and white, but then certain parts are colorized and really pop out on screen. I am enjoying also the somewhat low quality green screening, but it kind of adds to the flavor and the effect. And even though it's obviously all digitally recorded, the film clip I should say, it still kind of gives you that old VFX feeling it. There's something sort of tangible about it, even though it's also got that sort of kitschy element because of the bad green screening. But I really, really enjoy it nonetheless. I'm also kind of enjoying Josh Homme's new look with the little goatee, the pointy sort of beard he's got going on. It kind of adds to the whole effect in this case. I'm also really enjoying the way that they have inserted the lyrics. I'm usually not a big fan of lyric videos. I kind of find they're low quality, low effort. They don't ever seem to add anything to the song. Where in this instance, I like that it has that element of being a lyric video, but we get this little bit of extra of performance aspect and storytelling with what we're seeing on screen. However, it still kind of has that low budget effect as well, even though Queens of the Stone Age are quite a successful band. So I like that. Even though they could have gone probably quite big, dramatic, they've kept it simple and it's still very effective. I do really, really enjoy the lyrics in this song, particularly in that second verse. There is an amazing message weaved in there, and it's not necessarily shadowed or hidden too deeply, but if you read between the lines, I think the message is quite a powerful one, and I'm sort of wondering where that connects to Josh Homme in his life. A lot of the lyrics are sort of about decay and everything dies and not wasting your time and that sort of thing. So I really love that poeticness and that sort of looking at life instead of minute to minute, seconds by seconds as a whole, and using the precious time that you have in a really productive way, and that's meaningful.
When there's nothing I can do but smile.
So being the first time hearing this song with headphones on, you definitely get a very different experience compared to listening through a stereo set of speakers. In that outro there, I didn't realize previously when I'd listened to the song that panning arrangement that happens there, where you've got the drums hard pan to one side, and that sort of, whether it's a synthesizer or a synth bass, or a bass guitar using a synth pedal and some heavy fuzz and that sort of thing in the other speaker. Very cool. And really distinguishes that section to being something that is connected to the previous sections, but is a different thing. And I guess it sort of also coincides with that change of lyrics and what we get also on screen as well in the visuals at the end there of the Matador facing off against the Reaper, which is quite cool. I enjoyed it. But even though there are some really awesome things going on within the production, the songwriting, the composition, and the film clip, I do think with this one, it really comes down to those lyrics and the message. It's definitely a message which is timeless, ageless. It's been said before in many, many different genres of music, pieces of art, film, TV, stage, but maybe we haven't received it in this genre of music before. So even though we've definitely had this message in all those pieces of art, I think it is important when a band comes along, which is sort of at the top of success within its niche, to put forward those messages and those ideas to their audience, because maybe their audience hasn't explored all those other great pieces of art and received this message before. It also could have some deeper underlying meaning, which does relate back to Josh Homme in some more personal way, but I don't have any knowledge of that. So if you do, let me know if there is something a bit more deep and meaningful going on there. This is absolutely the sort of film clip which I definitely think is enhanced, or is enhancing the song. Already I really enjoyed this song when I've listened to it previously, but I do like the extra bit of storytelling that we get in there. Some of it is quite artistic and maybe misses the mark every now and then. However, I think a lot of it is quite strong and powerful storytelling that absolutely enhances the song. Alright, that's it for me in this one. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if I've missed anything, your thoughts on In Times New Roman, or just Carnavoyeur itself, as well as the film clip, and any other bands or songs that I should check out for future videos. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out some of my other videos, and remember to use the comment section below for a space for community discussion. And you'll see me in the next one.